Hello everyone. So far we have studied mean and median. So we come to last type of average, that is mode. Fine. So let me explain in this session a concept of mode. So mode is none other than it is a value which repeats more number of times in a given data. In the sense, for example, if a set of data is given to us like 11, 10, 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 4, 4, 3, 5. So a set of data is given to us. Here we can note that 3 is repeating 2 times and 5 is repeating 2 times. 1 is repeating 1, 2, 3 times. Right? So remaining number will be of 1 time. So which is the number which repeats more time is 1. Right? So a number which repeats more time is called as mode. So for this particular data, mode is given by 1. So mode is none other than in a particular set of data, a number which repeat more number of times. A value which repeat more number of times is called as mode. Generally, mode is represented by Z, capital letter Z. Clear? Now, like ungrouped data, to find the mode of ungrouped data and grouped data. Again, in grouped data, we have two types, right? So, continuous and discrete. So, let me write in order. Discrete and continuous, just to avoid the confusion. So, we have two types. To find the mode of ungrouped data, just now I have told you, this is what the ungrouped data is, where only X values are given, no F values will be given. Right? So if that was the case, we say that is ungrouped data. It is very easy. You just count the value which repeats more number of times. So that will be the mode. That is the value which repeat more number of time. Whereas coming to grouped data, we have two types, discrete and continuous. In discrete series, both X and F values will be given, right? So X values will be given directly. Instead of class interval, X values will be given directly. So frequency values will be given. So to find the mode of discrete series, first we have to, frequency is none other than, as I already told you at the beginning of the session, that is introduction session, frequency is none other than the number of times the variable occur. Right? So clearly mode is none other than number of times which is repeating. That is highest repeating term, right? So you have to look at the frequency of a discrete series or discrete data. So the value which has highest frequency, corresponding X value will be the given mode. For example, let me take one value. Suppose X values are given like 3, 6, 7, 4, 2, 3. Meaning of frequency is, if X is equal to 3, frequency is 4. Meaning is 3 is repeating 4 times. 6, the value 6 is repeating 2 times. The value 7 is repeating 3 times. So which is repeating more number of times? 3. That is frequency of 3 is 4. So you have to look for the frequency which is highest. Here 4 is highest. Corresponding X value is 3. So 3 is the mode. Corresponding X value of the highest frequency. I'm repeating once again, it is not the F value, it is corresponding X value of the highest frequency. Here highest frequency is 4, corresponding X value is 3. So mode is 3. Now coming for the continuous series, again we use the formula to find the mode, and it is given by mode Z is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Fine. Where L is the lower limit of the modal class. So as I already told you in the previous class, that is median class, I have explained, right? So in the same way we have a modal class. So while explaining the problem, I let you know the concept in detail. So you just know the terms. L is the lower limit of the modal class and F1 will be the highest frequency. And F0 is the frequency preceding it to highest frequency. I'll tell you while explaining the problem. So F1 is, I'm repeating once again, F1 is highest frequency, F0 is the frequency just above the highest frequency, and F2 is the frequency just below, that is succeeding, we say, succeeding frequency, and H is the common difference. So all these terms will be explained in detail while solving the problem. Now let me solve problems. Hope so mode concept is clear. Mode is none other than in a particular set of data, whatever the number which repeat more number of time, that value is called as mode. So we find, let me solve problems. Let me find the mode of ungrouped data. So here is the problem where we have ungrouped data. See here we have to find mode of the following data where problem is given. As I already told you, to find the value of ungrouped data, we have to find the value which is repeating more number of times. Now we have a set of data. You just check how many times which number is repeating. 11 is repeating 1 time. 4 is repeating 1, 2, 3. So 4 repeats 3 times. No need to write all these things. I am writing just for your reference. Next 15, no repetition. Next 3 is repeating how many times? It is 31. It is not 31, right? 3 is 1 time. Again 4 I have already written. 1 is repeating only 1 time. 9 is repeating only 1 time. So the rest of the numbers will be repeating 1 time. So as 4 is repeating 3 times, so we say that mode of this given data is 4. Since the number 4 is repeating how many times? 3 times. Therefore, mode of a given data is 4. Clear? Why? Because here 4 is repeating 3 times. 3 is not the answer. The number which is repeating is the answer. So 4 is the required mode. Clear? Similarly, now go to the second one. Here 5 is repeating only 1 time. Again 3 is repeating 3 times. Right? So 3 repeats how many times? 3 times. So here the mode is, I'll just write directly, mode is equal to 3. So you have to write sentence. Here the number 3 is repeating more number of times, that is 3 times. Therefore mode is 3. Now coming to the third one. Do we have 54 repetition? Yes, we have. 1, 2. So 54 how many times is repeating? 2 times. Clear? Next 66. Do we have repetition of 66? No, we don't have, so leave it. Next 42. Do we have repetition of 42? We don't have. Next 64. 1. Yes, we have repetition. See here. 1, 2. Again where is 64? Here 3. Again here 4. So 64 repeating 4 times. Clear? Next look at the 44. 1, 2. So 44 repeating 2 times. Next 86. We don't have any repetition. Next 104 also no repetition. 94 also no repetition. Anyhow we have written all these numbers. 72 also no repetition. 48 no repetition. 50 is also no repetition. Now we have only repeated number is 54, 64 and 44. Among these three number, which is repeating more number of times? Is 64. So 64 is repeating more number of time. Therefore required mode is 64. Let me write. Since the number 64 is repeating more number of times. Therefore the mode of a given problem is 64. Remember, it is 64 but not 4. It is 64. Remember, 64 is repeating more number of times. Therefore, mode is 4. Hope so it is clear. So whenever ungrouped data is given, you just check which number is repeating more number of times. So that number will be the required mode. Hope so it is clear. Now let me explain how to find mode of a grouped data. So as I already told you, in grouped data we have two types. It is discrete and continuous. As I already told you, for discrete data we have to check the highest frequency and the corresponding x value will be the mode. Now let me solve problem. Here I have a problem. X value and f values are given. X value is 5. Again you have to write the data. 15, 20, 25. Frequency value is 7, 18, 25, 30, 20. And one more thing is that introduction part, as usual, introduction part I will send you the notes, but these problems you have to write. After introduction you put the heading mode ungrouped data, and however I have solved you have to write the same, and next heading put grouped data discrete series, you copy the same. Since it is discrete series, so I have written both x and f values. Now as per the procedure what I have told, for discrete series we have to check for the highest frequency. Now look at the frequency column. Which is the highest frequency here? Is 30. So for 30, corresponding x value is 20. Therefore 20 is the required mode. So I'll write here, since highest frequency is 30 and the value, I'll write procedure for one problem, you have to copy the same for all, and the value corresponding to 30 is 20. Therefore the mode is equal to 20. I'm repeating once again, you have to write the corresponding frequency, whatever the highest frequency is there, corresponding x value you have to write as mode. Fine, I'm repeating once again, first you have to check the highest frequency, corresponding x value will be the mode, that's all. Now let me write one more problem, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Frequency is 5, 9, 15, 4, 10, 6. Now we have to check the frequency column. Which is the highest frequency here? Clearly it is 15. So let me write one statement. Highest frequency is 15. So which is the corresponding x value for 15? Is 22. So corresponding value of x is 22. Therefore mode is equal to 22. Fine. Check the highest frequency, corresponding x value will give us mode. So let me do one more problem. So third problem, x value, f value you have to write again. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. F value is 2, 4, 20, 22, 10, 5. Fine. Now check for the frequency column where we have highest number, highest frequency. Clearly in this problem highest frequency is 22. So you just write down highest frequency is 22 and corresponding x value is, what is the corresponding x value here? 32. Therefore mode of the required problem is equal to 32. It is very simple. Search for the highest frequency, whatever the value of x is there corresponding to that will be the required mode. So this is for discrete series. When the discrete series is given, you have to check the highest frequency and corresponding x value will give you the answer. Fine. Now let me do the same for continuous series. So as I already told you, continuous series in the sense where we have continuation of data. Something like this. See, you can see that here x values will be given in terms of class interval. Right. So first let me write down the given data. Whatever may be the quantity given here, you have to take that as class interval, as I already told you. So let me write down class interval is given. It is 300 to 325. Next 325 to 350. Next 350 to 375. Next 375 to 400. Next 400 to 425. Next 425 to 450. So due to shortage of space I have written here 450 to 475. Next 475 to 500. So class interval given, so it is written as it is. Frequency, let me list: 5, 17, 80, 227, 326, 248, 88, 9. Fine. Now one of the advantage of mode is that you can cross check the solution. In the sense, I'll just explain. In this problem, no need to write the x values. Whatever the class interval is given, just you have to check whether it is in exclusive form or not. Exclusive in the sense there should be continuation of data. So here we have a continuation. So anyhow we can return as it is. No need to convert anything, and moreover no need to find x value. First let me write formula. Mode is given by, what is the formula? L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. So just write down the formula. Now we have to identify the term. I'll just repeat once again. Whatever the given data, you just write down as it is. Now write down the formula. Now no need to find X. I am repeating once again, no need to find X value. Now you have to look the frequency column where you have highest value. So which is the highest value in a frequency column? Clearly it is 326. Fine. So 326 is the highest value and you have to take that value as F1. I am telling you once again, which is the highest frequency in frequency column, you have to take that value as F1. And the corresponding class interval is called as modal class or mode class. This class is called as modal class interval. So in this class, the lower limit value will be L. So as we are taking for median, the same procedure here also L value. So L value is lower value of the modal class. Highest frequency corresponding class interval will be modal class. Highest frequency corresponding class interval is called as modal class, in which lowest value will be L and highest value should be taken as F1. Clear? Hope so it is clear. And what else we need is, I'll just note all these values here. L is 400. F1 is 326. What else is needed? F0. F0 in the sense, what is the highest frequency here? 326. F0 will be the frequency which is just above the highest frequency. I am repeating once again. F0 is the frequency which is above the highest frequency. So this value will be F0. So in this problem, F0 is 227. Clear? Next, F2 is needed for us. So F2 is none other than a frequency just below highest frequency. Highest frequency is 326. So below the highest frequency is 248. Therefore this will be F2. F2 is 248. I am repeating once again. Highest frequency corresponding value, lower limit L. Highest frequency just above value F0. Just below value F2. What else is needed? H value is needed. H is none other than modal class difference. 425 minus 400 is 25. Clear? 425 minus 400 will give us 25. Now substitute in a formula. I'm sorry, I just want to say you that in a median class also I have calculated directly. If you want, you can write all the steps. So if you write, it is more than better. So L value is 400. So I have used the calculator, so that's why I have written directly. So F1 is 326 minus F0 is 227 divided by 2 into F1. 2 into F1 is 326 minus F0 is 227 minus F2. F2 is 248 into H is 25. Clear? Now let me simplify. Mode is equal to 400 plus 326 minus 227 is 99. Fine. Next, 2 into 326. You can use the calculator directly so that time will be saved, but you have to write at least one step. After this, for few problems in the previous session, I have skipped the problem steps. If you want, you just write. If you want, or else you can leave. It's better to write here. See, 2 into 326. 326 into 2 is 652. Minus 227. See here, minus 227 minus 248 is minus 475. Or else if you are finding confusion with this, you just minus of, when you have minus for both, you have to put minus and you just add it into 25. Fine. Now it is 400 plus, I will just simplify here directly. See here, 99 divided by, open the bracket, 652 minus 475. Close the bracket. So you will get the value of this bracket into 25. So what is the value I have obtained? 13.983050. Again question arises whether we have to take all the digits or not. It's up to you. If you are going to take more digit, then also you will get correct answer, but it will vary slightly. So just add 400 to it. 400 plus 13.9830. 50 also you can take if you want. So you will get 413.983. So required mode is 413.983. Hope so it is clear. So let me solve one more problem so that you will understand very well. Only thing is that whatever the class interval is given, you have to check whether there is a continuation or not, and write down the frequency. And if you know marking all these terms and formula, you can easily solve. Anyhow, let me explain one problem. See here, class interval and frequency is given. So let me write once again. Class interval is 4 to 8, 8 to 12, then 12 to 16, then 16 to 20, then 20 to 24. Next frequency is given, it is 14, 24, 38, 20 and 4. So frequency is given. As I already told you, no need to find the x value. First you have to just write down the formula. So what is the formula to find the mode? Mode is given by L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Now I am repeating once again. First step, identify the highest frequency in F column. Which is the highest frequency? 38. So you mark that frequency as F1. Highest frequency should be marked as F1. So F1 is 38. Now corresponding class interval value will be modal class, in which lowest limit is L. So lowest number is 12, it is L. So L value is 12. Next, the value just above the highest frequency. Above the highest frequency will be F0. Below the highest frequency will be F2. Remember, it will be in order. I'll just tell you the blind method. See here, highest frequency. After identifying highest frequency, you have to make sure it should be in ascending order. See here, 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, like that. It is just a blind method to remember whether you get F1, F2 here or F0 here. If you are finding confusion, you just remember this blind, it's 0, 1, 2. So F0, first you have to identify highest frequency. Above value is F0, below value is F2. So let me write here, F0 is 24, F2 is 20. Now H value we need. H is none other than difference. 16 minus 12 is 4. So H value is 4. Now let me substitute in a formula. Therefore, mode is equal to L value is 12 plus F1 value is 38 minus F0 value is 24 divided by 2 into F1 value is 38 minus F0 value is 24 minus F2 value is 20 into H is 4. So we will get 12 plus 38 minus 24 is 14. 2 into 38 is 76 minus 24 plus 20 is 44 into 4. So you will get 12 plus 14 divided by 76 minus 44 is 32 into 4. So you will get 12 plus 14 into 14 4s are 56 divided by 32. So 56 divided by 32 is 1.75 plus 12. Mode is 13.75. Clear? Anyhow, let me solve one more problem. So I am doing a number of problems. So please at least try to solve one problem by yourself so that you will understand well. Fine. Now let me write class interval 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, again 25 to 30, 30 to 35. Frequency is 5, 10, 20, 40, 30, 20, 10. Next write the formula for mode. Z is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Now look at the frequency column. Which is the highest frequency is 40. So you have to take that as F1. So F1 value is 40. The corresponding class interval is 15 to 20, in which lowest value is 15. So L is 15. Above highest frequency will be F0. So F0 value will be 20. Below highest frequency will be F2. So F2 value will be 30. H is none other than 15 minus 20 or 20 minus 15. It is 5. So let me substitute. Z is equal to L is 15 plus F1 is 40 minus 20 divided by 2 into 40 minus f0 is 20 minus f2 is 30 into 5. Fine. So mode is equal to, or z is equal to 15 plus 40 minus 20 is 20 divided by 80 minus 20 minus 30 is minus 50 into 5. So you will get 15 plus 20 divided by 80 minus 50 is 30 into 5. So if you want, you can multiply here also. See here, 20 divided by 30 into 5 plus 15. It will give us 18.333. Fine. Therefore, the required mode is 18.333. Hope so it is clear for you. Fine. Now let me solve last problem. Before that, so this is the homework problem for you. So this is the homework problem. Please pause the video and write the homework problem. Class intervals is given clearly and frequency is also given. It is important. So answer is 55. Answer is also given. Follow the same procedure. It is quite simple. Use formula and substitute the values. So it is homework problem for you. Anyhow, last problem in mode. I am going to solve the last problem in the mode concept. Now class interval is given. So class interval is 71 to 75, 76 to 80, 81 to 85, 86 to 90, 91 to 95, 96 to 100, 101 to 105, 106 to 110, 111 to 115. Frequency 3, 10, 15, 18, 25, 19, 14, 9, 2. Now, before solving the problem, we have to make sure whether there is a continuation of data or not. Here it is not the case. That is, we don't have continuation of data. So we have to make it continuation. How we can make, as I already told you, we have to find adjustment factor. So adjustment factor is given by 76 minus 75 divided by 2. It is 1 by 2. It is 0.5. So as I already told you, 0.5 should be subtracted for the first values and it should be added for the second values. That is, for lower limit you have to subtract, for upper limit you have to add. Fine. Now let me write new class interval. Remember, you have to change the class interval if there is no continuation. So we can change by like this. Calculating the adjustment factor, subtract from first lower limit, add to upper limit. So 71 minus 0.5, 70.5. 75 plus 0.5, 75.5. 76 minus 0.5, 75.5 to 80.5. I'll just subtract and add. So you'll get 80.5 to 85.5. Next 85.5 to 90.5. Next 90.5 to 95.5. I'm adding for this and subtracting from this. 95.5 to 100.5. Next 100.5 to 105.5. Next 105.5 to 110.5. 110.5 to 115.5. Now you can note that I have a continuation of a data. So we have converted it into exclusive form. So exclusive in the sense continuation is there. Inclusive in the sense there is no continuation. So I have converted. Now frequency values will never change. Remember, frequency value remains as it is. Frequency will be changing only when we have less than type problems. So here it is not the case. So anyhow continuation is there. So I have written frequencies. Now write down the formula. Formula for mode is Z is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. Right? Now we have to identify the highest frequency. Look for the highest frequency. Which is the highest frequency here? 25. So that will be F1. So F1 value is 25. Corresponding modal class. Remember, newly obtained class interval you have to consider, not the previous case. So newly obtained class interval is this. Among these two value, lowest value is 90.5. So L value will be 90.5. Clear? Now the frequency above this is F0. So F0 is 18. Frequency below this will be F2. So F2 is 19. So model class difference, that is H value, 95.5 minus 90.5 is 5. Clear? So I have taken all the values. Now substitution. Z is equal to L is 90.5 plus F1 is 25 minus 18 divided by 2 into 25 minus 18 minus 19 into 5. Now simplification, 90.5 plus 25 minus 18 is 7 divided by 25 into 2 is 50. 50 minus 18 minus 19 is 13 into 5. So 7 divided by 13 into 5 plus 90.5. So that will give you 93.192. So required median is 93.192. Only thing is we have to check whether there is continuation of data or not. If there is no continuation, we have to calculate adjustment factor and you have to subtract for the first lower limit and add for the upper limit. Obtained new class interval will be considered for the further calculation. Hope so it is clear. I am reminding you once again, same problem as I already shown earlier. So this will be the homework problem. Only one problem is given. Solve yourself and try it in notes. Hope so everybody is doing assignment. This completes mode. So in the next session, let me continue with the standard deviations. Thank you.